Chapter 11. You are listening at Mtlnovel Aud. What do you think you're doing? Three young women were surrounded by four thugs. As it happened, these were the same three Jiang Cheng had bumped into at the supermarket. Listen up. We're students from the Conservatory of Music. A local girl named Nana stepped in front of her two friends, glaring and warning, "Don't start any trouble. Guys from our class will be here any minute now." Well, a round-faced thug drawled with a sneer. "So that's why she's so pretty." As he spoke, his squinting eyes kept drifting over to Xiaonan, the girl with short hair. "Hey, shorty," the guy licked his lips, flashing a greasy smile. "Come spend the night with me. I'll pay you. How's that sound?" "No. Please, no," the girl stammered, squeezing her best friend's hand. Nana, let's get out of here." "Going somewhere, are we?" Seeing them try to leave, the other thugs grinned and closed in, completely boxing the three girls in. "Why are you playing hard to get? I bet you conservatory girls have done this before, right?" The fat thug waddled closer, spewing vulgarities, and reached out a hairy paw toward Xiaonan. "What do you think you're doing? Get your hands off her." Nana wasn't about to let her friend be humiliated, so she angrily smacked the dirty hand away. "Ouch! You little thief!" The enraged fat thug backhanded Nana across the face, sending the tall, slender girl sprawling. "You got no shame, do you?" The fat thug spat on the ground. "Don't think I don't know you conservatory girls are no better than hookers." Not content with just cursing, he kicked her repeatedly. "Stop it. Stop hitting her. Please stop." Xiaonan and the other girl, blocked by the other thugs, watched their friend curl up in pain, terrified, choking back sobs, tears streaming down their faces. "Huh, you want me to stop, huh?" The fat thug turned his head and leered at the short-haired girl, a sinister smile twisting his lips. "Spend the night with me, and we'll call it even." "No. Please, don't." Still playing coy, the fat thug smirked and reached for her, bang, without warning, a glass bottle shattered against the fat thug's bald head, the disgusting guy instantly crumpled to the ground, clutching his head and squealing like a stuck pig. Biao. The other three thugs were stunned by the sudden attack. Jiang Cheng, who'd thrown the bottle, was also a little taken aback. Truth be told, in his past life, he'd have called the cops at most and then kept his distance, but seeing these three defenseless women being bullied by these lowlifes, the fire in his belly finally overrode his common sense. Call it reckless, call it immature, it all boiled down to one thing. Guys will be guys until the day they die. What the hell are you waiting for? Fatty Biao, now covered in blood, glared up, his face contorted with rage, and roared at the top of his lungs, "Kill him! You scum-sucking pigs! Come and get some!" Li Xiaofeng, standing behind him, roared, grabbed a folding chair, and charged forward. This true son of the Northwest wouldn't abandon his brother in a fight. Jiang Cheng, right behind him, didn't back down either, grabbing a bottle of wine and following suit. The five men clashed, tables and chairs overturned, dishes crashed, and the air filled with the sounds of shattering glass and splintering wood. "Nana! Are you okay?" The panicked Xiaonan and her friend quickly helped Nana, who was still curled up on the ground, tears blurring their vision. "I'm okay. Just got hit a couple of times." "It's nothing serious." Nana, the long-haired girl, said weakly. "Xiaonan, don't worry about me. Call the police, quick." Right. Finally snapping out of her daze, Xiaonan realized Jiang Cheng and his friend were being swarmed by the thugs. She scrambled to her feet, her hands trembling as she pulled her cell phone from her purse on the table. "Damn it! The girl's calling the cops. Stop her!" Seeing Xiaonan dialing, the bloody fat thug Biao yelled. "Hello, is this 911? The short-haired girl flinched and, forgetting everything else, shouted frantically into the phone she'd just dialed. "I need to report a crime." "You little..." Before she could finish, a thug in a floral shirt rushed at her, swinging a bottle to smash it against her head. Staring into the thug's twisted, hideous face, Xiaonan was paralyzed with fear. Her wide eyes were frozen in terror. She tried to dodge, but her body wouldn't obey. Snap, starred at a burst of glass exploded in a shower of dark green shards. At the last moment, a slender figure threw himself in front of the girl. He took the blow on his not-so-broad back, shielding her from the fatal strike. In the dim light, the young man's handsome face was close enough to touch. His piercing gaze was as bright as the stars. Suddenly, Ling Runan felt a jolt of electricity course through her veins, and her heart began to race uncontrollably. But Jiang Cheng wasn't feeling anything like that at all. It just plain hurt to get hit in the back and have glass shards digging into his skin. Ignoring the pain, Jiang Cheng immediately swung a plastic stool behind him, twice, forcing the thugs back. Then he stood in front of Ling Runan and said grimly, "Get your friends and get out of here." But, you're back." Seeing the bloodstains blooming on Jiang Cheng's white t-shirt, Ling Runan choked up, a sob in her voice. "Just go. Damn it, it's that idiot. Second son, get over here and help me kill him." Just when the two were stuck, the fat thug Biao spotted Jiang Cheng again and flew into a rage. He quickly ordered another thug to join the attack. "Hurry!" Seeing the two thugs closing in, their eyes filled with malice, Jiang Cheng's stomach clenched, and he barked at Ling Runan. "No. I won't." The short-haired girl bit her lip, snatched up a plastic stool from the floor, and held it out in front of her, legs forward. "I can help too, crap, star." Jiang Cheng's mind reeled. What was this girl thinking? Chapter 12. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Fong. Cheng. You guys alright? Just when Jiang Cheng was at his wit's end with the stubborn girl, a shout rang out. It was Lu Yijie and the others, finally showing up after Jiang Cheng and Li Xiaofeng had been gone for too long. Seeing their buddies surrounded by thugs, the guy from western Shandong immediately lost it. "Shit, Cheng's in trouble. Let's go." Hearing Lu Yijie's shout, the rest of the guys jumped up and charged in. Qinjiaotong University is one of the best in the country. Usually, the students who get in are academic powerhouses, not exactly known for being tough guys, but they'd all had a few drinks and were young and full of piss and vinegar. Hearing their buddies were getting jumped, they were ready for a fight. 5 or 6 guys, led by Lu Yijie, who was a 6'3" brick house, charged forward. Fatty Biao and his crew immediately started sweating. Hey. What the hell do you think you're doing? Stay out of this. The yellow-haired dude, Ertzi, tried to scare them, but Lu Yijie rushed him and landed a punch square in his face. He went flying backward, crashing into a pile of broken dishes and screaming. "Crap, get them. Stop them." Seeing the tide turn, Fatty Biao knew they were screwed and yelled at his 2 remaining goons. He was already planning his escape. That's how street punks are, all bark and no bite. When the tables turn, they're the first to run. Just as he was about to make a break for it, a skinny figure blocked his path. Under the dim streetlights, his face was hidden in shadow. All Fatty Biao could see were the kid's eyes, cold and sharp like daggers. Fatty Biao had seen his share of shady characters, but he'd rarely seen such cold eyes on a kid. It gave him a serious case of the jitters. "You." Fatty Biao croaked, trying to sound tough. "You let me." Bang! Before he could finish, an unopened beer bottle exploded against his bald head. Bright red blood mixed with cheap beer flowed down his greasy face. You. Fatty Biao stammered, clutching his head, completely disoriented. Bang! Another bottle shattered, blood and glass flew everywhere. The tough guy was now a jelly-kneed mess, collapsing to the ground, out cold. "That's all you got, huh?" Jiang Cheng let the broken bottle drop and said coldly, "You call yourself a gangster?" Seeing what happened to Fatty Biao, Li Xiaofeng and the others were stunned. They were just fresh out of high school kids. After all, they'd never seen anyone with such a cold demeanor. "Freeze! Don't move!" Just as everyone was in shock, a shout came from a distance, followed by the wail of a siren. Yup, the classic ending to a cop movie. After questioning, registering, and giving their statements, Jiang Cheng, Li Xiaofeng, and Lu Yijie walked out of the police station looking relieved. "Hey, you're finally out." Zhu Hao and the others, who had been squatting outside smoking, rushed over. "What happened? You okay? What's going on?" "Don't worry. The cops have those guys locked up." Jiang Cheng took the cigarette Zhu Hao offered, stuck it in his mouth, and grinned. "They said it was self-defense. We're in the clear." "Self-defense? Seriously?" Zhu Hao tried to light Jiang Cheng's smoke for him, indignant. "We were heroes. They should give us a banner and announce it to the whole school." Jiang Cheng grinned at the fat guy's antics. He'd been hiding behind everyone when the fight broke out, but now he was the loudest, the perfect guy. He took a drag, thinking something was wrong. The fat guy was cheap. He'd seen a pack of cigarettes in the fat guy's room, but Zhu Hao brought a pack of low-quality ones. "Hey, excuse me." Just as Jiang Cheng was grumbling to himself, a timid voice came from outside the group. Everyone turned to see the short-haired girl Jiang Cheng had rescued. She walked up to Jiang Cheng, looking down. I just wanted to say, thank you for everything, and are you hurt?" "I'm fine." Jiang Cheng smiled. "Just a little sore in the back." "Oh. I'm glad." It turns out to be ankylosing spondylitis accompanied by lumbar disc herniation, and was finally determined to be a level 10 disability. The girl was shocked. "Don't listen to him, girl." Seeing the tears welling up in the girl's eyes, Jiang Cheng's friends couldn't take it anymore. "Cheng, you have no heart. You're scaring her with a sweet girl. You deserve to be single." "Yeah, ignore him. He talks crazy when he's drunk. Look at him, he's as tough as an ox. Just ignore him." Looking at the funny sight of the guys teasing each other, the girl's expression brightened. "Either way, you saved me," she said, blushing. Could I get your number?" Everyone except Jiang Cheng immediately cheered. "Oh, it's not like that. I just..." The girl stammered, her face red, trying to explain. 138 ******* 4499, Jiang Cheng. Just as she was about to explode with embarrassment, Jiang Cheng stepped in, saving her. "Okay." The girl nodded quickly, carefully memorizing the number. "All right, guys." Jiang Cheng nodded, waving to everyone. "It's getting late. You'll get locked out if you don't get back to the dorms." Everyone snapped to attention, said goodbye to the girl, and headed toward the School of Economics. "Hey, Jiang Cheng dash." After walking a little bit, they heard the girl's shy but brave shout from behind them. "Thank you." Jiang Cheng didn't turn around, he just raised his right hand and waved casually behind him, then kept walking. Chapter 13. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After rushing, everyone made it back to the dorm right at lights out. Jiang Cheng felt refreshed after washing up and getting Luigi to put some iodine on the little scratch on his back. He flopped down comfortably on the same bed he'd slept in for 4 years. He thought about it and called up the system interface. Before heading to the police station with the cops, Jiang Cheng had smartly asked his boss to foot the bill. The tab was about 700 yuan, enough to get the system upgrade. He looked at the system interface, excited. Host, Jiang Cheng. System level, LV2. 364/100000. Talent, Joyful Life. Joyful Life LV2, grants the host a permanent passive ability, as the one and only perfect life experiencer. Any joyful experience in daily life has a 2% chance of triggering this passive ability, and the corresponding random reward will be granted. Active ability, Godlike Posture, 59 days. Item card, King of Destruction. Figures, Jiang Cheng muttered, rubbing his forehead. The experience needed for system upgrades is going up like crazy. Upgrading later is gonna be even harder. Plus, after the upgrade, all I got was a 1% bump in the happy life trigger rate. If that's all there is to it, then upgrading ain't worth the trouble. Just as Jiang Cheng was thinking, the system interface changed again. The little window popped up on the side. Ding! The system's robotic voice chimed in. Perfect Life system successfully upgraded to level 2. System Mall unlocked. System Mall, the system mall will automatically update with a product after each system upgrade. As a welcome gift, a product has been automatically added for the host. A mall? Curious, Jiang Cheng quickly opened the new system mall to see what was inside. In the small, light blue window, there was a product icon flashing: talent, focus, passive talent that enhances the host's personality, improving attention span, concentration, and self-control at all times. Price, 100,000. Holy cow. 100 grand. Jiang Cheng was blown away. Expensive, but not too expensive. The system description said this talent would let him stay focused and self-disciplined in any situation. Having lived 2 lives, Jiang Cheng knew how important it was to be focused and disciplined. It's a rare edge, something most successful people have. Back in his previous life, Jiang Cheng could stay laser-focused while playing games, but that was about it. Work, studies, not so much. The one exception was his 3rd year of high school. When he was trying to impress Zhong Xier, his dream girl, he buckled down and spent that entire year studying harder than he ever had, staying focused and driven, and it paid off. He got into Qinjiaodong University, a top-tier school. Everyone was shocked. It was the one thing he was proudest of in his past life. Years later, in middle age, Jiang Cheng regretted it. If he hadn't slacked off in college, if he'd kept up that high school focus and discipline, maybe he wouldn't have ended up mediocre and going nowhere. Now, with a second chance, Jiang Cheng knew exactly how valuable this focus talent would be. If he wanted to be on top of the world, being rich wasn't enough. That just made you a nouveau riche. Nothing special. Jiang Cheng wanted more knowledge, more experience, more learning. So, he decided to grab this talent. 100 grand was nothing. He still had that scratch-off ticket worth 160,000 after taxes. Jiang Cheng jumped up. He grabbed his Nokia. The screen said 12:11 a.m., Thursday, August 27th. Tomorrow, or, today, is a workday. I can go cash in the ticket and buy the talent in the mall. Plus, it would be a good chance to see if the system counts spending in the mall toward upgrades. If so, he could jump right to level 3. Alright. Excited, Jiang Cheng drifted off. The dorm was still filled with snores when Jiang Cheng woke up early. He had a plan. He tiptoed out of bed, washed up, and headed out of the school gates. It was still early, so he strolled along Jiankang West Road to Luojiazhai, near the Academy of Fine Arts. He found the food cart he used to frequent in his previous life, the one with the iron-grilled pork tenderloin sandwiches. He ordered a deluxe sandwich with meat and eggs, no lettuce, and a cup of pumpkin millet porridge. Simple food, nothing fancy, but Jiang Cheng had missed it like crazy. The fried eggs and charred pork tenderloin inside the steamed bun made his mouth water. He scarfed everything down before he even got to the bus stop. He wiped his mouth, and the northbound 618 bus pulled up. Jiang Cheng counted out the 2 coins from his breakfast change and hopped on, not to save money, just to soak in the sights of Shijing City, past the South 2nd Ring Road, Zhuke Street, the Bell and Drum Tower, and Longshuyuan. Jiang Cheng finally arrived at the Qinzhou Provincial Lottery Center after an hour and a half. He went to a quiet corner, pulled the scratch-off ticket from his wallet, and scratched it carefully. He double-checked. Jackpot. 200,000 yuan, no problem. He put on his mask, ready to claim his prize. Then he saw the lottery shop next to the lottery center, and an idea struck him. Wait. 200,000. Small potatoes. He could see the exact payout rates now. Why not bet $100 on the double color ball? Chapter 14. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jiang Cheng yanked his mask up. Gotta stay anonymous after I win the jackpot. He knew better than to flaunt sudden wealth. It was just past 9 in the morning. The lottery shop had barely opened, and the only person inside was an old dude in reading glasses, squinting as he listened to the morning news on Qinzhou radio. The tiny shop, maybe 50 or 60 square feet, had 2 wooden tables and some stools. The wall facing the entrance was plastered with number charts from the last 10 lottery draws. Well, look who's here bright and early for lottery tickets. Hearing the door open, the old guy peered over his glasses at Jiang Cheng and smiled. Just scoping out the trends, Jiang Cheng said with a casual grin, offering the old man a smoke. Mind if I sit and pick some numbers? Don't be silly, pick whatever you want. The old man took the cigarette and sipped from his steaming enamel mug. Jiang Cheng nodded, lowered his mask enough to light a cigarette, then turned to study the charts. Investment opportunity detected, double color ball numbers 02, 06, 08, 11, 29, 33/06. Expected return, -100%, investment opportunity detected, double color ball numbers 06, 07, 13, 19, 26, 29/08. Expected return, -100%, investment opportunity detected, double color ball numbers 11, 13, 15, 16, 23, 30/02. Expected return, +150%, okay, so the blue ball is 02, Jiang Cheng grabbed a pencil and scribbled 02 on a slip of paper, only 16 numbers for the blue ball, so that was easy, the red balls were the pain, 33 numbers meant over 1,000,000 combinations, but Jiang Cheng had this, he ran through different combinations in his head, the system screen flashing rapidly. He almost landed the fifth prize, but missed the blue ball. Fifth prize without the blue ball meant matching 4 red balls. Then, channeling his inner betting god, Jiang Cheng narrowed it down, eliminating options until he had 4 solid numbers. The grand prize needed all 7 numbers, and he already had 5. The rest was a cakewalk. 2 cigarettes later, Jiang Cheng had the winning combo, the one promising a 4,000,000% return. Holy crap! The total prize pool was 780 million. A 4,000,000% return meant 8 million after taxes, but the max payout was 10 million, that meant the winning numbers were unpopular, the number of winners would be low. Not unusual. Looking at the long string of zeros on the return rate panel, Jiang Cheng took a long drag and felt amazing. In his past life, he'd lost faith in the future, desperately chasing a cure, fantasizing about hitting the lottery. The cold truth was, he barely won $5, let alone the grand prize. It was infuriating. Depressing. Now, system owner Jiang Cheng felt like he could finally strut his stuff. Suddenly energized, he handed the slip of paper with the winning numbers to the old man, making sure to pull his mask up. You picked M already. The old man took the slip, glanced at it, and chuckled. Took you long enough to pick just one bet? Yup. Jiang Cheng nodded firmly. Single bet, 200 times. With 780 million in the pool, dropping 200 bets randomly wasn't overkill, right? Whoa. Nice. Ambitious. The old man, initially a little disappointed, lit up at the thought of a big spender. His calloused fingers flew over the ticket machine like lightning. Single bet, 200 times, here you go. Jiang Cheng nodded, counted out 400 yuan, handed over the cash, and grabbed the ticket. Oh man, over 700 million, 5 small goals after taxes. Financial freedom unlocked. What more could he ask for? Happy as a clam, he went to tuck the ticket into his wallet when his eyes flickered. The return rate on the ticket had changed. Just like that, investment opportunity detected, double color ball numbers 02, 10, 19, 25, 26, 32/02. Expected return, -100%, what the actual? Are you kidding me? Where's the money? Where's the small goal? How could it vanish like that? Jiang Cheng stared blankly at the system interface, bewildered. Did he bet too much? The thought made him furious. He turned back into the shop. Hey. Back again, the old man, mid-sip of tea, asked, forget something? Nah. Jiang Cheng shook his head quickly. Just thought of another combo, wanna try another bet? Okay. Take your time. Pick carefully. A big spender like Jiang Cheng was always welcome. The thought of more business spread over the old man's face like sunshine. Damn it. I don't believe this. Muttering, Jiang Cheng plopped down with a fierce look, and started calculating again. Boss, give me 25 times this set of numbers. Half an hour later, Jiang Cheng shoved a new slip of numbers and 50 yuan at the lottery shop owner. Okay. The boss took the money and handed over another ticket. He looked. The return rate was -100% again. That unacceptable. Jiang Cheng gritted his teeth and stormed back to the number selection table. Another half hour. A crow flew overhead, cawing mockingly. Jiang Cheng, his hair thin from anxious tugging, stood blankly in the doorway, a quarter of a cigarette but clenched in his teeth. At his feet were 3 torn lottery tickets. Even a single bet now showed a -100% return as soon as the numbers were printed. I'm gonna curse my ancestors. What was this mysterious power overriding the system? Jiang Cheng didn't know, and he was afraid to ask. The thousands of thoughts swirling in his head could only be summed up in one sentence. The director is OP. After 2 cigarettes to calm his nerves, Jiang Cheng tugged his mask up and strode back into the lottery center. If he couldn't get the small goal, they couldn't take away his 160,000, right? Chapter 15. You are listening at undefeated.audio. In under half an hour, Jiang Cheng exited the side door of the provincial lottery center. His bank card now had an extra balance of $25,000. He took a cab back to campus, and after carefully considering his next move, Jiang Cheng went to a secluded, shady spot and cautiously pulled up the system mall interface. *few, $15,000. I've never spent that much money in my life. He took a deep breath and, with slightly trembling fingers, confirmed the purchase button. A bright blue light flashed in the mall window. Congratulations to the host for successfully spending $15,000 to buy the talent, Focus. After the announcement, the icon for the Focus talent vanished from the mall window. Immediately, a system upgrade notification appeared in his mind. Congratulations to the host for successfully upgrading the system level. Host character attribute panel is now open. Host, Jiang Cheng. Basic attributes, Strength 53/Constitution 61/Agility 65/Intelligence 75/Appearance 80. Unlike before, a 5-dimensional chart appeared under the host's name on the system interface. A small question mark sat next to it. Clicking on it revealed a detailed explanation of the attribute rating scale. This rating is based on adult males over 18 years old. The minimum attribute value is 1, and the theoretical maximum is 100. 60 points represent average, 70 and above are good, 80 and above are excellent, 90 and above are extremely excellent, and 95 and above are world-class. Seeing his actual attribute parameters, Jiang Cheng immediately raised his eyebrows in resignation. The highest score on the 5-dimensional chart, appearance at 80, just barely excellent, suited Jiang Cheng's pretty, harmless face. Second was intelligence, with 75 points. Good. Jiang Cheng figured this was probably because he was a reborn person with over a decade of extra experience. As for the 3 basic physical qualities of agility, constitution, and strength, there wasn't much to say. He'd always been lazy, so he was just happy his basic physical stats even reached the passing grade for normal people. But then again, I still need to force myself to exercise more in the future. Jiang Cheng thought to himself, muttering under his breath, because in my previous life, after I turned 27 or 28, I gradually felt my physical condition deteriorating. When he wasn't in good shape, he'd sweat and pant after even light exercise, and he was often underestimated. Well, I can't let that happen again. A perfect life, eating well, drinking well, playing hard, and sleeping soundly, means putting my health first. Okay, I'll start jogging and working out tomorrow morning. If I don't get up, I'm a dog. Jiang Cheng quietly made a promise to himself. After checking out the new character attribute interface, Jiang Cheng's attention was drawn back to the newly upgraded system level, LV3, 850/2, 500, 000. Talent, Joyful Life/Focus. Joyful Life LV3. Grants the host a permanent passive ability. As the only chosen perfect life experiencer, any joyful experience the host has in daily life has a 3% chance to trigger this passive ability, directly awarding a corresponding random reward. Current ability, Godlike Posture, 59 days. Current card, King of Destruction. System Mall Update, Size Adjuster. What the heck? Are you kidding me? Why don't you just mug me? The moment he saw the experience points required for the system upgrade, Jiang Cheng felt his head start to throb. LV2 to LV3 cost $15,000, and now LV3 to LV4 actually costs $2,500,000. Logically, shouldn't it be, at most, $1,250,000? System, you have no morals. I'm reporting you to the Better Business Bureau. After angrily denouncing the money-grubbing system, Jiang Cheng finally shook his head and focused on the new items in the system mall. Size adjuster, get 4 inches of free body part size adjustment. The host can apply it to any part of the body they choose. Price, $1,250,000. P.S. Once confirmed, use cannot be revoked or changed. Please be careful. Not bad. After reading the item's description, Jiang Cheng nodded in satisfaction. 4 inches of size for any body part. Thinking about it, Jiang Cheng's eyes glanced downward, and a daring idea suddenly popped into his head. Ahem, it looks like the main problem shifted from how to spend money to upgrade the system to how to make money. Jiang Cheng sat down on a bench in the shade, lit a cigarette, and pondered. His original plan to empty the lottery jackpot and get rich overnight wasn't feasible anymore. Should he go to lottery shops one by one looking for scratch-offs? As soon as the idea came to mind, Jiang Cheng rejected it. Winning nearly $20,000 earlier was just luck. After all, big wins are rare, and not every scratch-off at a lottery shop hands out a fortune. It would be too much trouble, and not worth it, to visit each store individually. Maybe I can put the lottery aside for now and think of other ways. Hey! Holy crap! Just as he was thinking, a startled yell came from behind him, and Jiang Cheng nearly jumped out of his skin. Ha ha ha, did I scare you? Li Xiaofeng, looking proud, leaned on the back of the bench, stepped over it, and sat next to Jiang Cheng. Where have you been? I haven't seen you all morning. Just out for a walk, Jiang Cheng said casually, flicking his cigarette and offering one to Li Xiaofeng. Seeing that Li Xiaofeng had a shoulder bag and seemed to be heading out, he immediately asked, Hey, Feng, where are you going in the middle of the day? The stock exchange. Li Xiaofeng lit the cigarette and said smugly, it's time to pay tuition. I'm cashing out some stock to get some dough. Whoa, Li Xiaofeng's words were a revelation. Jiang Cheng snapped to attention. Darn, I'm so busy thinking about buying lottery tickets for an easy win, but there's a much more reliable way to make money right here. The stock market. Jiang Cheng suddenly realized, his thoughts racing. Since the country's $500 billion bailout during the 2008 economic crisis, the Chinese stock market from 2009 to mid-2015 was one of the greatest bull markets ever. Back then, people said that anyone could make money in the stock market, even an idiot. To be honest, Jiang Cheng, who invested all his savings back then, made a killing. At its peak, the value of his stocks almost reached $30,000. Blinded by those crazy returns, Jiang Cheng did something stupid. He used backdoor financing with 10 times leverage and jumped in headfirst, throwing all his cash into the market. Then, like countless crazy retail investors, during the unprecedented stock market crash of June 2015, he not only lost everything, but he also ended up massively in debt. If his parents hadn't sold their house to bail him out, Jiang Cheng would have offed himself long ago, but now, things were different. Jiang Cheng had the system. He had the power of a stock-picking god. If he could use that in the stock market, he'd be a stock god. Chapter 16. You are listening at undefeated.audio. After some convincing, Li Xiaofeng finally let Jiang Cheng tag along. Alright, Jiang, let's get one thing straight. You're just here to watch, no crazy experiments, got it? Li Xiaofeng gave Jiang Cheng, who was buzzing with excitement, a stern warning as they walked into the brokerage. The stock market's full of dummies, making a steady buck isn't a cakewalk. Li Xiaofeng figured Jiang Cheng was just jealous he could pay for college playing the market. Thought it was easy money. Thing is, Li Xiaofeng learned from his dad, who worked in finance, and he started right out of high school. 3 years under his belt, he had a decent feel for the domestic market. He wasn't raking it in, but he wasn't getting burned either. Jiang Cheng, on the other hand, was a total newbie. If he thought he could just jump in and make a killing, he was in for a rude awakening. Might blow his rent money or worse, his tuition. Li Xiaofeng didn't want that on his conscience. Okay, I get it, Jiang Cheng said, already knowing what Li Xiaofeng was thinking. But he wasn't the same anymore. For him, the stock market was practically paved with gold. Why wouldn't he take a shot? With that thought, Jiang Cheng clapped Li Xiaofeng on the shoulder. Hey, Feng, why don't you go first? I'll just watch and learn for a bit. Fine, Li Xiaofeng sighed, already regretting his decision. This kid wasn't going to be deterred. After splitting up, Jiang Cheng headed straight for the business services counter on the side of the trading floor. Because he'd been at the awards ceremony earlier, he happened to have his ID and bank card with him. Everything went smoothly, and he opened his stock account in no time. Done with that, he grabbed a seat on a bench, eyes glued to the stock ticker on the big screen. Investment opportunity detected, China Pinyin, projected 24-hour return 6.25%. Investment opportunity detected, China Petroleum, projected 24-hour return 3.33%. Investment opportunity detected, Aoyuan Meicheng, projected 24-hour return plus 7.33%. After careful consideration, Jiang Cheng finally zeroed in on a stock, Changji Technology, projected 24-hour return a whopping 30%. There were several stocks with potential for a daily limit increase, but right now, Changji Technology was already hitting that limit, giving it the highest overall return. Decision made, Jiang Cheng made a beeline for the computer area. Hello, sir, a soft voice cut through the air as he reached the computers. Jiang Cheng turned around, a beautiful woman with long hair stood behind him. She had perfectly shaped eyebrows, bright eyes, and a delicate oval face with porcelain skin. Her features were refined and alluring, her eyes tilted up with a natural charm. She was captivating without being overly seductive, and her beauty was undeniable. A fitted China merchant's bank uniform hugged her curves. The tight skirt accentuated her long legs in sheer stockings, making Jiang Cheng's jaw drop. Hello. He stammered, snapping back to reality. Hello, sir, she said, clasping her hands and giving a slight bow. I'm Wen Jie, an investment consultant with Zhaoshang Securities. She produced a business card and offered it with both hands. Jiang Cheng took the card, glancing around the trading floor. It clicked. She was probably a new intern, hustling for clients. More experienced consultants wouldn't waste their time on college kids like him. She was just trying to score a quick win by approaching someone who just opened an account. Seeing how polite she was and, let's face it, how stunning she looked, Jiang Cheng decided to give her a shot. Sir, what's your name? Wen Jie asked, relieved he'd taken her card. Zhaoshang Securities was a big player with good perks but high pressure. New hires had to meet quotas every quarter, and the lowest performers got the boot. She didn't want to lose the job she'd worked so hard to get. So, operating under the every little bit helps mentality, she was targeting the student crowd that the senior brokers ignored. Jiang Cheng. Hello, Mr. Jiang. Wen Jie followed Jiang Cheng to a computer. I saw you opened an account just now, so I assumed you were planning on trading. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Oh. Jiang Cheng nodded, paused for a beat, and then asked, if I wanted to use leverage, how much does your company offer? What are the requirements? Add, leverage? Wen Jie was taken aback. Asking about leverage right off the bat. Were all young guys this reckless? Mr. Jiang, Zhaoshang Securities does offer leveraged funds to qualified clients. She tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. But I wouldn't recommend it. It's very risky, and there's a margin requirement. How much? Account assets must be at least 500,000 yuan, and right now, the company only offers 1x leverage on the principal. 1x. Jiang Cheng nodded. The leverage ratio offered by legitimate domestic firms was 1x, he knew that much. All those online stories about 10x leverage were pure fantasy. Anything over 10x was usually off-market financing, which was illegal and strictly forbidden. The China Securities Regulatory Commission would come down hard. Jiang Cheng wasn't stupid, he wasn't about to take that risk. Chapter 17. You are listening at undefeated.audio. If a client's qualified enough, can we bump up their leverage? Jiang Cheng paused, then followed up. He knew that even the legit companies didn't stick to just 1x leverage. If someone had serious capital, they could usually swing a 2-5x leverage. He just wasn't sure if that was a thing back in '09. Yeah, actually, it is. Just as he expected, when Jia thought for a beat and then said, "We do have clients who can get up to 6x leverage, but the hoops you have to jump through are insane." Got it. That's what I needed to know. Jiang Cheng nodded, satisfied. His main thing now was hitting that $500,000 mark so he could get that 1x leverage. It wasn't a huge amount, but hey, free money's free money. With that in mind, he logged into his trading account on the terminal, his fingers flying, and used his $60,000 to buy all the Changji Technology stock he could. Mr. Jiang, Wen Jie, who was standing beside him, didn't even have time to blink before he was done. He was too fast. All done. Jiang Cheng smiled. Wow, that was quick. Wen Jie blinked those big, pretty eyes of hers, looking a little disappointed. I didn't even get started, and it's over. Jiang Cheng, right triangle NRE operators. I mean, I didn't even get a chance to recommend any stocks. After a short, awkward pause, the office lady blushed and spoke softly. Ahem. Jiang Cheng coughed, feeling a bit embarrassed. Sorry, Miss Wen. I just saw a stock I liked from before and jumped on it. Which one? Wen Jie perked up, peering at the computer screen, her jaw dropped. Changji Technology. Her eyes widened as she took in the green, downward-sloping curve. She'd heard of Changji Technology, some kind of biotech and pharmaceutical company. Word was they were in deep trouble. It was basically known for being a steady loser. Rumor had it they were almost below their initial offering price and that their R&D funding was drying up. Bankruptcy and delisting seemed likely. Out of all the solid, stable stocks out there, he goes for this dog. And throws all $60,000 into it. What a waste. Mr. Jiang, I feel I should say something. Wen Jie frowned slightly, her tone serious. The market's pretty down on Changji Technology right now. Personally, I'd suggest you bail out as soon as you can tomorrow. Since it was a T+1 market, he couldn't sell until the next day. But the buzz about Changji Technology going belly up was pretty widespread. Even if he wanted to dump it, she doubted there'd be enough buyers. This young guy was in for a rude awakening. 60 grand wasn't a fortune, but for someone his age, it had to be a decent chunk of change. Wen Jie sighed inwardly. Don't sweat it. Jiang Cheng just gave her a faint smile. I think this stock's got serious potential. Worth a shot. Oh. Wen Jie's ears perked up. You got some inside info? Just a gut feeling. Wen Jie, Omega angle, those 3 words drained all the hope right out of her. Trading on gut feelings. She finally gets a client, and he's some clueless kid. Jiang Cheng didn't seem to notice her reaction. He expertly logged out of the account, when he heard a whistle in the distance. He looked up and saw Li Xiaofeng waving at him from the exit. He quickly said goodbye to the woman beside him. Miss Wen, gotta run. See you later. We'll be in touch. Anytime you have questions, give me a shout. Alright, Lao Jiang. Meeting up with Li Xiaofeng, the dude gave Wen Jie the once-over and whispered in Jiang Cheng's ear, not even 5 minutes and you've already hooked up with another hottie. You're on a roll. Knock it off. Watch your mouth. What do you mean, hooked up? Jiang Cheng scowled, feeling a little weird. Hooked up was fine, but why again? Did he have scumbags stamped on his forehead? After watching Jiang Cheng and his friend leave, when Jia turned back and glanced at the market ticker in the trading hall, she almost wished she hadn't. Just a few minutes ago, Changji Technology, which was about to tank, had bounced back in a major way. No way, thought when Jia rubbed her eyes, not believing it. Changji Technology basically hadn't budged in weeks. Why did it suddenly start moving the second that guy bought it? His gut feeling was that good. Okay, calm down. It's just a fluke. Normal fluctuations. Just normal fluctuations, and then, as she was thinking that, the stock price on the screen started climbing like crazy. In less than an hour, it went from minus 9.32% to plus 4.3%. And it was still surging, about to hit the daily limit. Holy crap, it's gonna skyrocket. That when Jia was in shock, she stood there in the trading hall, dumbfounded, before she finally snapped out of it. One afternoon, a garbage stock that no one wanted went from bottom to top. A stroke of luck like that was once in a lifetime. He said it was a gut feeling. Could there really be coincidences like that? On the drive back to campus, Jiang Cheng confirmed something disappointing. Money invested in stocks didn't count towards system upgrade experience. The system was stubborn. If it was just a normal purchase, then that's all it was. No flexibility at all. The jerk got back in his dorm. Before he could even sit down, his Nokia vibrated. He pulled it out and saw a text. Hey, free tonight, wanna grab some air? From the name, he knew it was that beautiful senior. Well, the contact was labeled world's most beautiful senior. She'd typed that herself, so shameless that he replied with okay and didn't give it much thought. He stretched and flopped on his bed for a nap. Chapter 18. You are listening at Audio. Amidst the deafening explosion, Jiang Cheng's eyes snapped open. The dorm was pitch black except for the glow of the fat guy's computer screen. Crap, I overslept. Frowning, Jiang Cheng grabbed his phone from under his pillow. It was 8 p.m. and he had one unread text. Universe's hottest girl, sorry, babe, got a last-minute thing tonight. Rain check? Moi, well, stood up. Jiang Cheng rubbed his head, smoothing his messy hair. After 10 minutes of lying there, he finally managed to drag himself out of bed. Cheng's awake. The three guys watching a movie swiveled around. Wanna watch? Nah. You guys go ahead. Jiang Cheng scratched his head. Hey, anyone got instant noodles? What? You haven't eaten yet? Luigi said, box under my cabinet. Help yourself. Cool. Jiang Cheng nodded and opened Luigi's cabinet. A cardboard box was hidden beneath some clothes. He opened it and found it full of purple packets, old pickled cabbage flavor, one of the 3 hardest currencies in a college dorm, right up there with smokes and soda. He grabbed the hot pot from the kettle and then picked up a stainless steel bowl someone had left on the radiator. He filled it up, covered it with an advanced math textbook, lit a cigarette, and boom. Dinner was served. Bored, Jiang Cheng pulled out his phone and instinctively started browsing. He saw Nokia, right. Just as he was about to put it down, the screen lit up, a text from an unknown number. Hi, Jiang Cheng. This is Ling Runan. The girl he saved yesterday. Killing time. Jiang Cheng started texting with her. He was right. She was a conservatory of music student, and a freshman just like him. She was from Gusu, in Jiangnan, and majored in classical dance. No wonder she moved so gracefully. Ling Runan ended the chat by inviting Jiang Cheng to dinner on the weekend to thank him for saving her. Jiang Cheng thought about it and declined. He knew the score. If she wanted to thank him, she'd invite everyone in the dorm. No need for a private dinner. In other words, she probably liked him. Jiang Cheng, who'd been around the block in his previous life, could tell this girl from Jiangnan was a good one, but that's why he wasn't interested. The Jiang Cheng who was once all about loyalty and love had died during summer break of his junior year in his previous life. Now he just wanted to live free. He wanted the whole forest, the whole ocean. He didn't want to be tied down by some naive love, emotional entanglements. Avoid them if you can, to save everyone the pain. That's why he was more interested in girls like Han Lisha. He knew she felt the same way about relationships as he did. If you're into it, go for it. If not, break it off. No drama, no strings. Just then, his Nokia vibrated. It was Universe's hottest girl. Hello, Jiang Cheng, slurping the last of his noodles, answered the phone. Hey, Junior, where are you? Han Lisha's slightly tipsy voice came through the phone, a little edgy, a little seductive. In the dorm. You like American movies? Cough, cough. Jiang Cheng grimaced, glanced at the three guys still watching the movie, and walked to the window. Hey. I'm asking if you're free. Han Lisha said. I'm wasted. Wanna come get me? Oh. An opportunity presents itself? Jiang Cheng raised an eyebrow, half teasing. Maybe, Han Lisha said sweetly. Depends if you're brave enough. Address. Yunmu Bar in Defue Lane. Call me when you get there. Got it. Be there soon. Jiang Cheng put out his cigarette in the noodle soup, stood up, and walked out the door. Hey, Jiang, where you going? Li Xiaofeng, who was watching the movie, checked the time. Almost lights out. Gonna take a walk. Jiang Cheng said casually and left. About half an hour later, the taxi pulled up at the entrance of Defue Lane, just inside the south gate. One of the oldest bar streets in Xijing City. At 10 p.m., the nightlife was just getting started, neon signs flashed, lights blazed, and people were getting their buzz on. After walking down the street, Jiang Cheng spotted Yunmu among the dazzling signs. He walked to the door, pulled out his phone, and called Universe's hottest girl. The call connected, then immediately hung up. A few minutes later, Han Lisha walked out of the bar carrying a bag. She was all dolled up. Like she was out for a good time, her fair skin was perfectly made up. Her long curly hair cascaded down her shoulders, shimmering in the neon light. Her killer body was poured into a sleeveless dress with a tight skirt, and her long, white legs were rocking a pair of dark heels, showing off her curves. As soon as Han Lisha came out, a short, skinny guy in a tight black t-shirt and a thick gold chain followed close behind, a goofy smile on his face, talking to her. He looked like trouble, but Han Lisha didn't seem interested. Hey there, Romeo. Han Lisha, walking ahead, spotted Jiang Cheng waiting at the door and gave him a quick wink. Jiang Cheng got it. She needed a human shield. Chapter 19. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hey, sis. Jiang Cheng instantly slipped into character, flashing a charming smile. Wow, you've had a few, huh? Tell me about it. My head spinning. Seeing how quick Jiang Cheng was, Han Lisha melted. She half pushed, half leaned her weight against him, instantly creating distance between herself and the gold-chained guy behind her. Jiang Cheng, ever the smooth operator, naturally stepped in to support the beautiful senior. Sha, is this your brother? Gold Chain was caught off guard. Yep. My bro. See the resemblance? Han Lisha slurred, pressing herself even closer to Jiang Cheng. A glint of cunning flashed in her otherwise blurry eyes. Sis, you're plastered again, Jiang Cheng said smoothly. Dad's gonna give you an earful when we get home. Let's go, quick. I don't want you catching heat on my account, Han Lisha replied, turning to Gold Chain. Sorry, Lei. Rain check? Sure. They made their exit in unison, leaving Gold Chain standing there, completely bewildered. Alright, Senior Lisa, Jiang Cheng said, dropping the act as soon as they were out of Defue Lane's bright lights. He cocked his head, a playful smirk on his face. Using me as a human shield? Hey, I wouldn't. Han Lisha giggled, her milky skin still flushed with a rosy hue. It's my friend's fault. She set me up with some rich young guy, so I had to check him out. But the so-called rich guy turned out to be a short, ugly nouveau riche. Jiang Cheng scoffed, lighting a cigarette. So, you needed an escape route, right? Please. I could have bailed any time. Han Lisha snatched the cigarette from his mouth, took a drag, then handed it back. I just wanted to give you a chance to shine. Oh, Jiang Cheng raised an eyebrow, noticing the lipstick stain on the filter. And how did I do? Was my performance satisfactory? So. But you're quick on your feet, Han Lisha teased, winking. Consider this a pop quiz. The real test hasn't even started yet. She slowly raised her eyes, glancing at the hotel's LED sign in the distance, 11 p.m. Outside the south gate, a high-rise business hotel, in the steamy bathroom, the shower finally cut off. Jiang Cheng wiped the water from his face. He reached for a towel, then hesitated. Something felt off. He turned the hot water back on. 20 minutes later, he emerged, moving slowly. An hour later, Jiang Cheng leaned back against the soft pillows, smoking lazily. Han Lisha snuggled beside him, as docile as a kitten. He smiled, a little stunned by the sight of the alluring woman beside him. Although they barely knew each other back then, Han Lisha was a legend, the 08 department's undisputed beauty queen. Her maturity and sex appeal, far beyond her years, made her the dream girl for most guys in the dorm. Gossip about her was constant fodder for late-night bull sessions. Jiang Cheng had heard the rumors. Of course, after graduation, Han Lisha had landed a sweet gig at a local bank in Shijing and quickly climbed the ranks, making manager in a single year. Everyone thought she was destined for success. Then, news trickled in that she'd lost her job, racked up debt, and might even have picked up some unsavory habits. Eventually, he heard she'd become a live streaming girl, chasing a pipe dream of instant wealth to pay off her debts. The news set the boys' group chat ablaze. Out of curiosity, Jiang Cheng had tuned in, but the Han Lisha he saw, decked out in revealing clothes and heavy makeup, batting her eyelashes and begging for virtual tips, was unrecognizable. He couldn't reconcile that image with the vibrant, popular girl he remembered from college. Soon after, her channel went dark, and the beautiful senior disappeared. Until now, Jiang Cheng had never known what had driven her to such a low point, what had caused such a proud and beautiful girl to fall so far. But then again, this Han Lisha was different. She had him, a wild card, in her corner. Maybe, under the influence of the chosen one, he could help rewrite her sad future. Xiao Qingqing, what are you thinking about? Han Lisha poked him playfully. Hungry? Want to grab a bite? I know a great barbecue place nearby. I've got the owner's number. I can get it delivered. Sounds good. Jiang Cheng, his energy reserves depleted, clutched his stomach. Order whatever you want. My treat. Don't be silly, little puppy. The beautiful senior smiled, tapping his forehead. You're just a freshman. Where's your money gonna come from? Sis'll take care of it. She grabbed her phone and dialed a number. Hey, boss, haha. Yeah, it's me. You busy? Could you deliver some barbecue to room 419 at the hotel next door? Let's get some grilled lamb kidneys, lamb balls, and oysters. Oh, and some leeks. And, do you have any beef bao buns left? Jiang Cheng. Hold up, was that barbecue menu supposed to sound suggestive? Chapter 20. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There was no conversation that night. He didn't fall into a deep sleep until the sky outside the window brightened. It was a heavy, dreamless sleep. The checkout notification bell jolted Jiang Cheng awake around noon. Ugh. Heads pounding. He pried his eyes open, his vision blurry at first, then clearing as he focused on the pillow. Han Lisha was already awake, watching him with a knowing look in her eyes. TSK. Jiang Cheng's lips twitched, something definitely ached. Rise and shine, sleepyhead. How long are you gonna sleep? Seeing Jiang Cheng's discomfort, Han Lisha chuckled, reaching out to playfully poke his forehead. So, checkout time. What else? Han Lisha winked, her tone teasing. Want to go another round? There's nothing to be afraid of. Jiang Cheng set his jaw, a real man goes down swinging. Okay, I'm just kidding. Seeing Jiang Cheng's serious expression, Han Lisha burst out laughing, grabbing her bag to touch up her makeup. I've got stuff to do at the student union this afternoon. Gotta run. Han Lisha patted on some powder in front of the mirror. What about you? Coming with? Nah, not heading back to school. Jiang Cheng checked the time. Got something else to take care of. Meeting up with some cute thing? Jiang Cheng. Pretty sure I'm out of commission for now, anyway. Han Lisha, Jiang Cheng, seizing the opportunity to tease her back, said, didn't we agree no strings attached? Are you telling me you're catching feelings? Huh? Me, catching feelings? Han Lisha, carefully applying eyeliner, looked up, smiling at Jiang Cheng in the mirror. Jiang Cheng, are you reading too much into this? Or are you maybe developing a little crush? Playing hard to get? Not a chance. Jiang Cheng grinned. Feelings are too expensive. I'm better off flying solo. That's what Jiang Cheng really thought. He had aspirations of greatness. No way I'm trading the whole ocean for a single wave. I respect that. Han Lisha gave him a thumbs up. That's what I admire most about you. Jiang Cheng's answer clearly pleased her. Honestly, Han Lisha had been a little hesitant at first. Jiang Cheng looked a little young, and she worried he might turn out to be clingy, but she couldn't resist the impulse. Turns out, this kid was mature beyond his years. His attitude and mindset were completely in sync with hers, a low-maintenance boy toy. She might just keep him around. After Han Lisha finished her makeup, the two walked out of the hotel arm in arm. Jiang Cheng, grab me a water. Han Lisha said as soon as they left the hotel. Sure. Jiang Cheng didn't think twice, turning into the convenience store. When he came out with the water, Han Lisha was gone. A few minutes later, she emerged from a drugstore down the street, wearing sunglasses. What was that all about? Jiang Cheng asked as she approached. Don't even ask, it's all your fault. Han Lisha stamped her foot, feigning annoyance. Where's my water? Hand it over. Jiang Cheng smirked, his eyes settling on the small white medicine box in Han Lisha's hand. His mouth twitched. Better safe than sorry, I guess. After taking the pill with the water, Han Lisha waved goodbye and jumped into a taxi waiting by the curb. Jiang Cheng checked the time. The stock market was about to open at noon, so he hailed a taxi and headed toward Zhaoshang Securities Company. He soon walked into the trading floor. In 2009, computers and the internet were already widely used, so fewer people came to the trading floor. Mostly just older folks, huddled in groups of 3 or 4, smoking and chatting or napping under the free air conditioning. I need to get a computer ASAP. Too much trouble running over here every time, Jiang Cheng thought to himself. Mobile networks weren't widely used yet, and PC software offered more complete features and was easier to use for personal stock trading. Mr. Jiang, as he walked in, the attractive office lady from the day before greeted him with a smile. Congratulations, Mr. Jiang. Wen Jie said admiringly. Changji technology you bought yesterday hit the daily limit right at the opening bell. You have a real knack for this. Just luck. Jiang Cheng smiled, glancing up at the market. Sure enough, Changji Technology, purchased at the limit price yesterday, had jumped another 2 daily limits. His profit instantly reached 30%, that translated to about $18,000. Didn't sound like much, but this was 2009. For many people who had been laid off, that was their total annual income. Like Jiang Cheng's parents, the old couple had to haul themselves to the vegetable wholesale market before dawn on the family's beat-up electric trike. They worked until the market closed at night, every day of the year except New Year's Day, to scrape together that kind of money, and now, he'd made that much in a day. Jiang Cheng couldn't help but sigh. Capital was a powerful thing.